Good evening, guys, and welcome back to the classroom with Architect Mark. Tonight, we're going to be moving on along our uh, Lightroom journey, and it's about time that we got through the interface and basically actually met Lightroom uh, and the many buttons that it will have, and it will help you to make the most out of your photographs. So let's head on over to the classroom and start the timer when we get there. All right, timer. There you go. So this is Lightroom. Let me just shift myself out of the way. All right. So we have our menu here. Of course, we always have that at the top left. And then here we have the navigator where we can see if we're zoomed into an image or something, you can see exactly which part of the image you're looking at in here. Now, this portion, normally it does also change, but the navigator is almost always in there. So as you can see, right now, there is a left panel, and then there's a right panel, and then we have a film strip over here at the bottom, which basically houses images within a particular folder of your uh, computer. Now, Lightroom doesn't really get or import files into it. It just references them from outside. So it works uh, it works as if being external references, your photos, that is, you don't need additional space for them. But Lightroom does store thumbnails, and those eventually take up space. That is what we call the catalog, and it's basically just continuously growing as you tell Lightroom to look at more folders and look at the images on them, and then save basically the changes that you applied to these images. So we have here at the center, basically this is where you see the image that you're currently focused on. And then to the right of that is a histogram, a quick develop panel. So these are all the uh, collapsible controls within the library. The more important part of this is the develop area. So in here, upper right, you can see library, develop, map, book, slideshow, print, and web. These one, two, three, four, five, or well, these last four, book, slideshow, print, and web, basically it shows you what your film strip would look like if it were a book, or if you want to display something and tell people about it in the form of a slideshow, you can also do that with this tab right here. Now, print prepares your image, or for example, you're printing uh, at this moment, it will show you exactly how much of the paper will be consumed by your image and the best orientation that uh, it will be maximized at. So that's print. This is a book, as you can see. There's an automated thing. And then map, uh, if your photos have location data on them, it will be shown to you on this map right here. And then a web is basically, web creates a sort of gallery online that you could actually publish this and basically have a portfolio automatically developed for you. So those are the four modes of display. And then we have develop panel, which is arguably the most important part of working in Lightroom. So what happens when you click on the develop panel, let me just take myself away for a little bit. You can see that over here on the left, the list has gone and you're basically shown collection and then presets for effect and then history of what has already happened in this image. Note that all of these, when you edit these things, you can almost always go back to the original image because again, these are catalog data and you're not really affecting the physical file in your space. When you're on develop panel, you can see that the right side over here has expanded quite dramatically. So these are all the main controls that you have for manipulation within Lightroom. There's not a whole lot of them. That's because these are basically focused on helping you dial into a specific color temperature and then maybe an acceptable brightness or something like that. All of those you can do here. So on the basic panel, let's just fold them all in so we can see just how many these are. So we have the basic panel, tone curve, hue and saturation and luminance, color black and white, split toning, detail, lens corrections, transform, effects, and camera calibration. Under the basic panel, you have this, you basically control the overall mood of your image with this basic panel because you can identify exposure already and reduce unwanted data like maybe a couple more strings on the middle name, yeah, So we have exposure controls, highlight controls, whites and blacks, and then clarity, vibrance, and saturation for all the colors. Alternatively, or actually it's not alternatively, but this is a more global control that allows you to control colors, an entire color range instantaneously, or they basically would have uh, as much data as necessary to be able to uh, lighten up the scene or show you some things that you normally would be able to show. HSL, okay, this one allows us to control and actually change colors using the right side panel. So for example, in this scene, we have like an orange or yellow over here. When we bump this up, you can see that there would be a dramatic difference into our image. Actually, it's turning out pretty nice, but I probably won't be keeping these uh, developed images. So apart from this, you can also try to black and white your image so you can see if it works on that more. It's a more specific use case for black and white. You know immediately if a photo that you're trying to uh, edit will work well with black and white. Well, this is the easiest view that you can see on. I'm just looking for the, what's it view? It's unpick. Oh, there it is. It's letter V. Letter V allows us to quickly shift from black and white to colored. So we'll go over a few more of these tomorrow and talk about them. So we stop basically at Giselle. So I hope you guys do not find Lightroom too intimidating. It's just basically showing you a really big photo all the time because you need to see what your edits are doing to the photo. You could always zoom in for more information. Just wait for it a little bit to heat up. If it ever will. Didn't put that. Anyway, I will see you guys again tomorrow and we'll go back to exploring the Lightroom interface. See you guys again. Take care.